Hello there, how you doing today? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you're watching me from. Today, my name is Mrs. Karo. I'm a real estate consultant in Lagos, Nigeria. Welcome to another episode of my show, Real Estate Talk with Karo. This is the show where I seek to inform, I educate, I share what I know, everything I know, my experience with you in the real estate industry in Nigeria, tips on how to find those genuine lands, tips on how to play safe, how to find the right land to buy, what to look out for, tips on how to maximize profit in real estate. If you are in real estate for the profits, this is the show where I share tips you want to stick to, and get to hear tips every now and then on how to maximize your real estate investing in Nigeria. So welcome to another episode of this show once again. And how you doing out there? How's your weather out there? Hope you are staying safe. How is your health? Hope you're fine. Forgive me, I have been down with malaria for the last few days. I'm still not okay yet, so I have stuffy nose. I have my tongue is bitter, headaches, coughs here and there. So forgive me if you can tell from my voice if my voice is not very clear, because my nose is stuffy. So so just bear with me, or if you hear me draw my nose every now and then, so just forgive me. I'm just determined to get this information out there right now. That's why I'm here. That's why I'm doing this video right now. I said I have to push myself, manage myself, and come do this regardless. So lands, properties. You've noticed, some of you have even asked, some of you have wondered that they've become very expensive. Some of you asked when I uploaded a video of Itunu sites and services that's in Ibeju, Lekki towards Epe area. They're like, why is land so expensive? Is Epe? Why is land in Epe so expensive? And then because we also have Lagoon as well. Lagoon selling for 12.5 million at the moment. Itunu selling for 16 million naira. Even though Itunu is actually in Ibeju, Lekki, it's not in Epe, but it's close to Epe. And Lagoonfront, it's not in Epe, but it's in the boundary of Epe. From Lagoon to Epe is like less than 5 minutes drive, 2-3 minutes drive maybe. So it's in the boundary of Epe. So they're like, why is this so expensive now? Even right now in Ibeju, Lekki, you can no longer find a land that is selling for 6 million, 7 million, 8 million that has CFO. Nowhere in Lagos right now. Maybe in Ikorodu, but nowhere in the major areas of Lagos right now that you'll be able to find a land that has CFO that sells for 7 million, 8 million naira. You get? So lands are very, very expensive now. How can you and I, the average Nigerian, how can we still be able to get a piece of real estate? Whether we want to invest, whether we just want to, buy and build, how can we still be able to afford it? That's what today's topic is going to be about. And I'm going to try and drive home the point with as little words as possible, because I really don't have too much energy. As I've said, I'm sick. So I'm just going to dive right into it. Now, before I get into it, I'm going to say that the group of people I'm focusing this topic to today, that I tag as average Nigerians, are people that just can't realistically afford a plot of land for more than 5 million naira, or can realistically afford a plot of land that is more than 10 million naira. Those are the people targeting with this video, this topic today. But those people who don't fall within this group of people, who are well to do, who can afford, even though we rather buy lower but can afford it, you can also, if you fall into that category, you can also benefit from this video, because the tip I'll share, you'll still be able to use it regardless of your, the level of earning that you fall into. Regardless of the, the level of investor you fall into, you still be able to benefit from this video. So I really, advise that you stick around and hear everything that I have to say. Like I said, I'll try and keep it short. So let's get right into it. In a previous video I did, right, I've shared some of the reasons why lands in Epe now are very expensive. I think that was in the last video I did. Talked about why lands in Epe now are very expensive. One thing I'm going to add to that today is that lands are also expensive because of what's going on in the background that investors are not aware of, that you guys don't even hear anything about. All you know is you pay for a land, you get your land. That's all you know. But there are a lot of things going on in the background, and that includes, developers buying lands, trying to get lands, but buying lands from governments, which is very, very expensive. And even after buying it from government, sometimes they still have to pay the community another money. Sometimes they still have to pay money, that different costs that come into really acquiring a land. If you want to really know what it takes and some of the troubles you can get into financially when you are buying a land from Omonile, just try to buy a land outside an estate. Try to buy a land from a community outside an estate. That's where you know what these people really deal with, and sometimes they have to pay. Because of situation like this, they find themselves having to pay a whole lot of money, letting go of a whole lot of money, pay this, pay that, pay that. So when they want to arrive at a cost to sell their land, they'll have to put all those expenses in place. They'll have to add that, they'll have to add their profit. You can't just think about it realistically. It can't just be that, they are trying to, a land that's supposed to sell for 10 million. If a land is already profitable to the investor, selling at 10 million, it cannot just say it's going to sell at 15 million. It doesn't work like that, you get. So there's something that is definitely driving that, this cost of land, the increase that we are getting now so fast, it's something that is driving it, and a lot of it is happening behind the scene. Is what happens behind the scene. That's what's driving it. Itunu, the land that Itunu is sitting on, is a government allocation. They're having to pay a lot of money to the government to get it, and we don't even know how much they're having to pay to the community as well. They might also have to pay to the community to get. So it's so expensive acquiring this land. There's so many issues, so many court cases, everything that is going on that we are not aware of, that these people deal with and use money to block here, handle this, handle that. And then where will they get their money from? It is from the cost of the land. So that's some of these issues are part of, Nigeria problem, government problem. That's why, and the common man has to remain in business, So they will do whatever it takes to get the land, and then they will sell it at an amount that is profitable to them. You get. So that's another reason, another major reason why lands are very expensive these days. Even building materials. If we talk about houses, houses are getting very expensive now. You see a 1-bedroom selling for 50-something million in certain areas of Lagos. Why? Building materials. So some of these things, in fact, most of the things that are happening that are causing, all this price increase in properties in general, a lot of it has to do with the economy that we find ourselves. The prices of building materials, the prices of acquiring this land, the fights to acquire the land itself. So how can an average Nigerian like you and I still be able to acquire a land, own a land, get a piece of real estate for ourselves regardless of this high cost of properties? Now, one way to do that I'll say is that a lot of us, when we want to buy a land, we're always quick to think of a plot, because, for many years now, a lot of people don't think of half plots. They don't think of doing anything with half plot. They just think of full plot. But really, with the way with how expensive properties have become, it is very, very okay that more and more people start to think about getting half plots. If you look at a land and you look at the location, you like it, and it's great for what you need it for, and a plot is selling for maybe say 16 million, for example, why not look at the half plot? Because if you go from full plot to half plot, you already immediately cut the price into two, and you might now be able to afford it. Even if not in outright payments, you can do installments and be able to afford it. You can conveniently and still have parking, a lot of parking space. You can conveniently build 3-bedroom, 4-bedroom duplex on a half plot, even on a 250 square meter size of land. You can build a duplex there. So if you can build a duplex and you realistically can't afford one full plot, you get what I'm saying? You try and look at the half plot, see the amount they are selling the half plot, and then get the half plot. That's one way I think that you and I can still be able to get a piece of real estate, even though we can't afford this very, this very expensive amount that they are calling for a plot. But you can afford half plot. That way you can still buy a land in a developed area, especially if it's something you intend to start building right away. You need a place that is already open. You need a place that is already developed. Those areas are usually expensive. You can't get any place that is developed right now that you can start, that you can buy and build immediately, that is not expensive. You can't get anywhere. A land that is safe, that is in a developed area, that you can start building on right away, it won't be cheap. So just think half plot. Some of these places that you can buy and build right away that have half plots, we have Lagoonfront selling for 12.5 for 500 square meter full plots, and the half plot selling for 7.5. So you immediately go from 12.5 to 7.5. And then we have Itunu site and services. Itunu site and services is selling for 16 million naira for 500 square meter, right? But the half plot is selling for 11.5. And the reason Itunu is that expensive is because it's total package. That's all the money you pay. So everything has been put together. That's unlike some estates where you pay for the cost of the land, there are still other charges that you have to pay. With Itunu, that's just all you pay. So you see what I'm saying here. So that's one. Now you might be thinking, what if you need more than a half plot? What if you just don't want to build? What if you want to use it for a project? What if you want to build block of flats, make money through rental income? What if that is what you're after? Well, if that is what you're after and you really just need to buy a plot or more, then the only option you have is to look for estates that let you pay within 18 months to 24 months. It might be difficult to get 24 months when you are buying a land. It's really difficult. Sitting here, I can't think of any of the estate that has a payment plan for 24 months except for houses. You can find that for some houses, but you can't find it for land. So you can look for the ones that have up to 18 months, allow up to 18 months. You get that with Lagoon. Itunu, I think you get the most you get is 12 months. Just look for those estates that allow you to pay for 18 months. Landmark properties, all of them allow you to pay for 18 months. All their properties you can pay for 18 months. So just look for those long-term payment plan and work out a payment structure and start to make sure to keep to it and start to pay it off. In 18 months, you should be able to afford that one plot, or you should be able to afford that 2 plots of land. I'm afraid that's the only option for people who want to buy a land in a developed area, an area where people are already living in, an area that already has a lot going, a lot of activities happening in the area, and you want to buy and quickly build. I'm afraid that is the only option that you have. Just look for a long-term payment plan. But if you are someone that you want a lot of plots, maybe for a project, and the project you don't intend to kick it off right away, it will take some years. It will take like 5 years, it will take like 6 years. It will take, maybe it's a retirement plan for you. You're looking to buy and bank. You're looking to buy in Ekpe. Buy those cheap lands in Ekpe. Look for a land in Ekpe that has freehold. They are very cheap. If you want to buy a land in Ekpe that has CFO, they are very rare. It's very rare to get a land in Ekpe really that has CFO, but you get a lot of lands in Ekpe that has freehold. check the freehold. If the freehold, if it really has freehold, if you don't know what freehold is about, please check my previous video. At this point, I explained several times what freehold is about. Freehold is a safe land, just that nobody has done any title on it yet, but it's a safe land because it doesn't have any problem with the government, no encumbrances with the government and all that. So, but it's just that it doesn't have title yet. So look for lands in Epe that have freehold and buy a lot of them. At this point, you can still get a land in Epe that sells for less than 1 million naira. You know, that is not too inside. As long as you don't want to start your project now, whatever it is you want to do now, maybe you want to, even though you want to build block of flats, you just need cheap land, or you want to do a project, a school, a supermarket someday, whatever it is, whatever business plan you want to plan for your retirement, or you just want to bank them and resell them later, whatever it is you want to do, and you need a lot of plots, look for cheap land in Epe. For that specific reason, I brought one of such estates to you recently, Autonomous Scheme 2 estates in Epe. I've checked it, the freehold is solid. It's used to have this offer of buy 5 get 1 free, but that has ended in March, you know. But now a plot is selling for, has gone from 750 to 850. It is still very, very reasonable, you know. I have the video in my channel, check it out. I'm going to link to it at the end of this video as well. Check it out, watch the video. I showed the drive all the way to the estate, you know, so that you see for yourself. It's not very far. You can buy it, bank it, buy a lot of plots at that amount. Another thing I want to say for if you are buying lands in Epe that has freehold is that you have to make sure that the estate you are buying it from is going to do CFO for it. A lot of the estates won't do CFO for it, and my problem with that is that when you buy a land that doesn't have any title yet, even though it's within an estate, you know, you want to make sure you do your title on it immediately, because if a land doesn't have a title yet, the first person to register a title for the land owns the land. And the truth is, a lot of us, once we buy a land, we really are not, either we are not available to do it, or we don't have the funds to do it, or whatever. We are not really rushing to go do the title on the land. True of us. A lot of us are not. So that is why I'm saying, find an estate that intends to do CFO for the land themselves, so that gives you peace of mind, so that they do the CFO for the land. Eventually, depending on what you want to use the land for, you don't have to perfect the title. If you want to resell it, you just resell. If you want to use it for any project, then you can think of, let me go perfect the title. But dealing with a company that will do a title for the land keeps the land safe for however long you want to keep the land. You are sure that it's safe and the title is in that company's name. You get what I'm saying? And that's another reason why I brought autonomous as well. I talked about those people that cannot afford lands in million. You know, because if you notice in my YouTube channel, I really hardly feature lands that have freehold. But I deliberately brought two options to you recently. One is Pristine Estates, owned by the same person that has the autonomous. Both of them, the company intends to do CFO for it. Pristine is sold out now, as at the last update I got, and autonomous is still selling. The buy 5 get 1 free, as I said, has ended, you know. But and the land has gone from 750 now to 850, but it's still very decent. You can get a number of plots before it sells out. That, as at this moment, is the only, you know, land I can vouch for in terms of freehold, because when it comes to freehold, not all of them really have freehold, and even some of them you could find out later that their real purpose is for agriculture. But although it's easy to change that into residential, but you know, you just want to buy a land that doesn't have any issue, that you don't have to worry about whether they'll be able to change it from agriculture to residential and all that. So finally, the final point I would like to make here is that look into promos. I've said this a lot in my previous videos, that one of the ways to save money or to quickly make profits when investing in real estate is to either buy when it just launches, or wait for maybe a price is going to go up, the price of the property is going up. That way you save money, and if you are buying because you're investing, you save money, and within a few hours or a few days you are able to get some quick return on investment. Some of the estates that are in promo not really promo, but they intend to go up in price soon. And they are just holding off until the Easter. They call it Easter promo. One of them is Lagoonfront. Lagoonfront was supposed to go from 10 million to 15 million naira, but because of the Easter promo, they decided to make it 10.5 to still allow some people to, come in at 12.5 before they increase it to 15 million naira. So Lagoon has a promo for 12.5. Easter promo they call it, for 12.5 million naira. Initial deposit you can still do 500,000. Lagoonfront actually has like one of the lowest initial deposits that I know out there. That allows you to just secure a plot while you take your time to pay it off. So Lagoonfront, and then Metrobay Estate. Now, if you're looking for an estate that is in a developed area, but you don't want to do anything with it quickly, you're buying, or either you are buying to bank, or you are buying because in years from now you want to develop, or you want to develop in an area that is already, that is not too far and all that. Metrobay Estate is in Sangotedo. Sangotedo is just a 5-7 minutes drive from Aja. That's how close it is. But Metrobay is in an area of Sangotedo that is still upcoming. 10 minutes drive from ShopRite. It takes 10 minutes drive from the ShopRite to Metrobay. And ShopRite is already, the area is already going with a lot of activities. But Metrobay, because it's close to the ocean, it's in an Atlantic area, is still upcoming. The area is still lonely. So if you are buying into Metrobay, make sure that you're looking into long-term banking, or you don't intend to develop in the next 3-5 years. So, and their initial deposit is small also, just like Lagoon, 500,000 naira. They have 500 square meter at the moment, selling for 6.5. That is only available from now to April 14. From April 15, there will be no more 500 square meter, and they will have 600. They also have 600 square meter selling for 8.5 at the moment. But from April 15, it will be selling for 10 million naira, and they have 300 square meter as well, selling for 4.5. From April 15 to the 6.5 million naira. So this, they are holding off and using it to do a Easter promo as well, so that a lot of you can still key into it before the price goes up. So, and I don't think Metrobay has ever seen a price increase before, so you'll still be buying at the price that it launched with, and it has not gotten any increase yet. So 500 square meter, you can still get that at 6.5. So that's not expensive for a lot of people. And the title on Metrobay is approved decision. It doesn't have C of O, but it has approved decision, so you don't have a problem with that. And for those of you who have been sitting on the idea of investing in Itunu site and services, here's an information for you. In the next few weeks, and I'm talking about between 3 to 4 weeks from now, the outside look, outward look of Itunu is going to change drastically. There's a milestone that they intend to achieve within the next 3 to 4 weeks in the development of Itunu site and services. And once that happens in the next 3 to 4 weeks, price is going to go up like this. Seriously. So if you'll be sitting on the idea of investing in Itunu, and you've been saying, oh, Itunu is probably just one of those estates that we just brag about and nothing ever happens. It's not at all, because with Itunu, the MD made it very clear in an interview and said that the money for the infrastructure is already ready. They are not waiting for people to pay for development levy before they do it. They already have it handy, so they are doing it. They are providing these infrastructures while people are buying. They are not waiting for people's money to buy. So everything they said they would do is already ongoing. We are already seeing a lot of it, and in the next 3-4 weeks we are going to see more of it, and I'm going to bring a video of it to you by then once they've reached this milestone. So if you want to invest in Itunu, you've been thinking about it, or you don't even know about Itunu, now is the time for you to go learn about Itunu. It's really a nice location, and then invest now. If you can't get, as I've said in today's discussion, if you can't get full plots, get half plots. Something big is coming there. Something big that is going to be like one of the most envied estates around within the next 24 months. That is going to be one of the most envied estates around. So you want to have a piece there, even if it's 300 square meter you can afford, go get it. So that is it. And for those who are interested in buying houses, I uploaded 2 videos yesterday of 3-bedroom bungalow, semi-detached and fully detached. Check that, because price for those are going up April 10, you know, so you can take advantage of that to own a bungalow if that interests you. And really, I think that's about the offers that we have. Take advantage of promos, and look into these tips that I've shared with you, and I'm sure that you and I, you know, people like you and I in the future will still be able to, you know, have a lot of real estate properties to show for ourselves, to have for our for our old age, and to use for whatever we want to use it for. So that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Until I come your way again, my name is Mrs. Karo. Now I can go take care of myself. Bye.